What does it really take to break free from your past? I mean, truly break free. Today we're going to dive into that very question by looking at the film King's Faith. It's this powerful story about one young man's fight for a second chance when all the odds are stacked against him.
The film kicks off with this line, and it just throws us right into the heart of the main struggle. See, it's not just about changing what you do, it's about changing those voices inside your own head. This really sets the stage for the internal battle that our protagonist, Brendan King, is going to face.
And then we get this. My number is 18. It's so specific, so out of nowhere that it immediately makes you lean in and go, wait, what? What is he even talking about? This is the hook that just pulls you right into his story.
And the answer, wow, it's heartbreaking. 18 isn't his lucky number, or his age. It's the number of foster homes he's been in. Just think about that for a second. 18 different houses, 18 different families. That one number tells you everything you need to know about a life with absolutely no stability, no roots.
And the numbers, they don't stop there. His life up to this point can basically be summed up by a pretty grim tally. 11 misdemeanors, 9 felonies, and 4 convictions. This isn't just a kid who had a rough start. This is a mountain of a past that he has to find a way to climb over. All right, so with all that weighing him down, Brendan gets released from juvenile detention. This first part of his journey is really all about the overwhelming, almost impossible odds he's facing from the second he walks out.
His 18th placement is with Mike and Vanessa Stubbs. But here's the twist. Their own son was a police officer who was killed in the line of duty. So you've got this grieving family taking in a kid with a massive rap sheet. You can just feel the tension in that house, and you know it could either lead to some profound healing or a whole lot more pain.
Now, the biggest hurdle Brendan is up against is this very real concept called recidivism. And the film gives us this perfect, blunt definition from the detective on his case. It's just a fancy word that means messing up again. And that skepticism, it follows Brendan everywhere he goes.
And that detective, he's not just being cynical. He calls himself a stat man. And he hits Brendan with this absolutely staggering number. 90% of the kids from Brendan's last facility are arrested again within 2 years. 9 out of 10. The odds are just astronomically stacked against him.
But here's the thing about statistics. They're just numbers. And Brendan is determined to be that 1 in 10 who beats the odds. He doesn't just sit around hoping for a new life. He actually starts building one, almost literally brick by brick.
And you see it right away in his actions. He enrolls in a new school. He becomes this unexpected local hero after pulling a classmate, Natalie, from a burning car. And he joins a faith group for his community service. Each one of these steps is a deliberate move away from the person he used to be.
And a really big part of this new life is his foster dad, Mike. Mike plants this seed, this idea that becomes a core theme of the whole movie, that maybe Brendan's presence there, maybe even that heroic act, wasn't an accident. Maybe it's all part of some bigger plan.
So all this new energy and hope, it funnels into this one big idea, the Castle Project. He sees this rundown house in his old neighborhood, a place that represents everything he wants to escape, and he dreams of turning it into a safe place for kids. It's more than just a building. It's his chance to redeem his own past.
But you know how these stories go. Just when things are looking up, just as he's laying this new foundation, his old life comes roaring back. The past, as it so often does, just refuses to stay buried.
And that conflict, it walks right back into his life in the form of his old crew, led by this really manipulative guy named Eli. They're out of prison, and they're convinced Brendan knows where a hidden stash of drugs and money is. They don't see this new Brendan at all. To them, he's just a key to their old life.
And this right here, this lays out Brendan's central conflict perfectly. He's being pulled in two totally opposite directions. One side is offering him faith and a real community. The other is offering this twisted definition of family, one that's bound by crime and violence. He's quickly learning these two worlds just can't coexist.
And listen, Eli's crew doesn't just ask politely. The pressure ramps up so fast, from these veiled threats to just outright violence. His new friend Chris gets brutally beaten. And then, in the most devastating blow, his dream project, the castle, is burned to the ground. Arson. The stakes are now dangerously, dangerously high.
So after the fire, that's it. Everything changes. Brendan is completely backed into a corner. The people he cares about are in danger now, so he can't stay on the sidelines anymore. He's forced into this final stand where he has to choose, once and for all, who he's going to be.
Feeling this incredible weight of responsibility, Brendan decides he has to handle this himself to protect his new family. He agrees to take Eli to the hidden stash, which sets the stage for a super tense, totally unpredictable climax.
And right at that moment of truth, Eli hits him with this line, and it's basically the voice of every single doubt Brendan has ever had. It's the core belief of his old world, that people don't change, that your past is who you are forever. But Brendan's response? Man, it just changes everything. He redefines what family actually means to him, and in that one moment, he rejects his entire former life. This is it. This is how he finally breaks free. Not with his fists, but with this powerful declaration of who he has become.
And he doesn't just say it, he backs it up with action. After a pretty brutal fight, he gets control of the situation and the drugs. But instead of giving in or running, he destroys the entire stash. He severs that last tie to his old world just as the police show up to arrest his old crew.
So that final act brings us to the aftermath. And look, it's not some simple fairy tale ending. It's about a future that had to be fought for, a redemption that was truly earned, through fire.
So what does this new piece actually look like? Well, with his old crew gone, he can finally build a real life. He has a true family with Mike and Vanessa, a real chance at an honest relationship. He didn't just survive his past. He stared it down and proved, to everyone, and most importantly to himself, that people really can change.
And the film leaves us with this beautiful, hopeful message from Mike Stubbs. It's a promise to Brendan, but it's also a powerful takeaway for all of us. No matter how dark the past is, no matter what the odds are, there's always potential for a better future. It's this amazing reminder that, our stories, they're not finished yet.